Hi everybody, welcome to Push Your Luck video. My name is Eric and today we'll be looking at a 2014 release, Progress, Evolution of Technology. Now this is released by NSKN Games in 2014. It is by designers Andrea Novak and Agnieszka Kopera. They also did games like Exodus, Proxima, and Praetor. So this is a 1 to 5 player game, and it is a card game mostly. It is mostly a card game. There's a player board where you keep tracks of your different attributes, but by and large it is a card game. It is a bit like a Civ game in a way, but without the 4x. So usually in a Civ game you have like exterminate, explore, etc., etc. But in Progress, Evolution Technology, all you're trying to do is a tech tree. So you're managing a technology tree, and whoever can do that the best, research the best technologies that give you points, advance on 3 different tracks the most, right, majority, right, will be the winner. So whoever has most points at the end of the game will be the winner. So let's take a look at the game components and how to play the game, and also then give you my final thoughts about the game. Alright, so these are the components you get in Progress. You get one main game board where players will be used to track the different the royalty and army and stuff like that. So this will be for every player will be tracking this. This will be a main board you put in the center of the table. Each player will also have their own player board where they can use to keep track of the different attributes that they have. I'll explain what these attributes mean later on. I particularly like that the player board has holes where you can put the cubes in, and then the cubes will not run away, because there are some player boards we know that they have a lot of tracks to keep to monitor, but at the same time the cubes are on the track. So if the table accidentally moves and stuff like that, the cubes may move around, and then you kind of forget where you are. But in Progress, this is very nice. The holes allow you to put the cubes in, and they will not move around at all. So that's very cool. Each player also have a number of cubes based on the color that they want. There's also a player aid here, and then there are cards. So as I mentioned right at the beginning, this game is primarily about cards. So there's a lot of different cards in different ages. There's actually 4 different ages for you to play, and depending on the length of the game, you can play up to age 4 or you can play up to age 3, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win. So the components are really nice. There's also these tokens which you will get after you research certain technologies, and then you can use them to give you resources. Alright, so the components are very nicely done. So let's go to the how do you play the game. Now each player will have a hand of cards to start off with, depending on where you are in player order. So for example, as first player you may have 5 cards, right? Depending on number of players as well, some cards will be removed from the game. So for example, if you play with less than 5, then this card will be removed from the game. So as mentioned, these are the different cards that will represent technology. The cards can also be used as resources. So when you discard them later on, you can use them to pay for certain technologies that you're trying to do. Alright, so first thing first, I'll explain what the player board is. So this is, you can see these are the different skills that a player will have. So here, for example, this is the hand size, which means that at the end of the game, depending on the number of end of each round, alright, you can only have this number of cards in your hand, and so you must discard away until you have this number of cards in your hand. So it starts 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. So maximum is 8 in your hand. If you can see, there are also these hub looking icons. They also represent points. So if my cube goes up to here, for example, I'll get 1 point. If I come to here, I'll get 2 points. So it rewards you if you research a lot as well. So next is this icon. So this icon is the draw skill. Now it means that this number of cards you can draw from any one deck that you choose from, or any of the open decks you can choose from. So initially you can only draw 3, then 4, then 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 6 cards. Now the thing about this draw thing is that if you choose this action during your turn, it will mean the end of the turn. So typically players will use it at the end. Alright, they do not want to waste actions. The rulebook does say that spending all your actions is optional, but if you use less than the allocated actions that you have, you will probably not be able to win the game, which is true. Alright, it's kind of obvious actually. Next is this icon, which is a shuffle spell. So shuffle skill, sorry, not spell, shuffle skill. So what it means is that it is the number of uh, cards you may draw after shuffling the same number of discard piles into their respective decks. So this allows you to, if the draw deck is empty, you can then shuffle the discard pile in the draw deck and then draw that number of cards. So it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. This is a quick draw. So this is a quick draw. What it means is that you can draw a certain amount of cards and then you need to discard away a certain amount of cards. So initially you get 1 and 0. So I can draw 1 card and discard nothing. Later on I have 2, 1. I can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from my hand. Doesn't need to be the same. It doesn't need to be one of those 2 cards that you just drew. And it's 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 2, and then 5, 1. This icon means the number of actions you can have during your turn. So each player will do all the actions and then that's their turn, and the next player will take a turn and so on and so forth. So each player will do all your actions before the next player starts his turn. So at the beginning we have 2 actions, and then after this will be 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5. Now this would be the development skill. So this will indicate how many technology you can have under development at any one time. So at the beginning is 1, so you can have 1 tech in your play area that is under development. Alright, so and then 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Last thing is this will be the research skill. So this will indicate how many of the black cubes that you need to put on the technologies that you are developing. Alright, when you first indicate that you need to develop. So what do I mean by that? So later on during your turn, alright, let's say I want to the actions are all available here. So I will just jump into research right now. So what happens is you choose any one of the card from your hand, you put it down, alright, put it down, and then you need to place a number of black cubes on it. Alright, the number of black cubes you put on it will be indicated by your this is your research skill here. So for example, right at the beginning we have 4, so I'll put 4 black cubes there. Now what happens is every time when it comes back to your turn, you need to discard one of the black cubes. So once all the black cubes are removed from a particular technology, this technology is now researched and you can put it above. So I kind of do it such a way that when you're playing, anything that's developing you put below, and when you research you put it on top, so it'll be easier for players to know what you're researching and what is developed on top. So what are the other actions that you can do? You can do discover. So discover is where you will kind of buy the technology from your hand and put it in as researched already. So how do you do that? Now each technology will have certain requirements here. So for example, this needs 5, I'm not very sure, 5 of the gears or 1 or bronze works. So this 1 indicates H1, this is the technology. So what it means is that if you have already researched bronze works and it's already there, you can just put, you can discover this for free. You don't need to pay anything. However, if you do not have bronze work, you can pay 5 gear resources to be able to discover this as well. So how do you pay for these resources? So if you see, each of the cards will have this, on the bottom left hand corner you have this, we call it like brain symbol. It's actually like general resource, so but we call it brain resource. So this is 2 brain resource. Now brain resource means it's a generic resource, you can pay for anything you want. So if I had cards, like for example, if I had these cards, for example, in my hand, alright, if I had this card in my hand, I want to do mining, so I could pay all these cards 1, 1, 2, and 1 for 5 to pay for this cost, and then I'll put this down as discovered. Then this cards are discarded and put in a discard pile. So that's how you can use. So this is the multi-use of a single card in this game. So that's discover. Research I already explained. You just put it down and put a number of black cubes on it, and then at the end of start every turn you just remove 1 of the black cubes, and when all the cubes are gone, then you can now you can put it into the technology discovered, and you can now get the benefits from it. Shuffle and draw. So you can shuffle the discard pile and then draw it. So this is using this particular ability here. Quick draw. So as I mentioned, quick draw is this action here. Lastly, you can draw, and this you end your turn at the end of after your draw action. So this is the draw action ability here. Now the last thing to note is that cards will have certain benefits. So this will denote the type of technology this is. So what happens is after you research many of them. You cannot have the same one, I believe. Now you have many of them, then you can just stack them this way, so you kind of know that they're in the same family, alright, and then you can see what are the names, because in future this will allow you to build up more things in future. And also you can have these icons to help you check. So these icons are the benefits you get when you research. For example, if I research a wheel, what are the benefits I get? I will increase in this is the development skill, so I increase in development skill, so I move my cube by 1. I move up the military by 1 as well, so I can move out here by 1, and at the end of the game I'll get 1 point. So this is what these icons mean. Okay, so yeah, so when the game there are also cards that give you these icons. So what does this mean? This means that you put up one H2 token. So when there's 2 H2 tokens, then the new H2 deck will now be available, and people can now choose from the H2 deck. When there's 3 H3 tokens, then you can take out the H3 deck, remove the H1 deck, and now you can play the H3 deck technologies. And when there's 3 H4 tokens, all right, then the game will end. So in a short game, this is where the game ends. You count points. So points are from your technologies, as well as whoever is ahead here will get 12 points. For example, in the military, whoever is ahead will get 12 points, second 7 points, and third 3 points, and then 1 point. If you want, you can still play H4. So you can bring out H4 deck. You can play that, and then with I think 3 H5 tokens are out, then the game will end, and then you do the same scoring as well. One thing I forgot to mention is that some cards, for example, this card will give you a gear token. So these can be used as resources, similar to how you discard cards for resources, but some of these are specific. So this is specific for science payment. So for example, if I have this token and this is the writing I'm trying to research, this one science token, right, then I can just like turn this over to use it, and then on my turn I'll just flip it back again. Alright, so it's like every turn use, you can use this. So there are many tokens there. Now the game also comes with a few expansions. For example, it comes with monuments expansion, where people can work together to build a particular to work together on a particular monument. And there's also a philosophers expansion, and yeah, there's also quite a few expansions coming in the game. There's also a few more variants in the game. You can play shorter game, you can play even a shorter game to speed up the whole process. And you also can play solo in the game. So that's the overall look of progress, and also how to play progress. So let's go to my final thoughts about the game. So what do you think of progress, evolution of technology? Now this is an interesting game. Basically you're just trying to build up your tech tree. So it's like a race to get the right techs and research them and get them out as fast as you can, because the faster you can get your techs out, the better techs you can get at. All right, because most of the techs have certain requirements for better techs in the future, and the faster you can do it, the more you can research, then the more benefits you get. There is no catch-up leader mechanism here though, which means that if you are fast enough and nobody else can catch up to you, because there's no direct interaction, you will run away. If you're a leader, you run away with it. No one else can stop you. There's no direct interaction among players, so that's a bummer, because it is like a solo play. Players will be doing your own thing, you do your own thing, you do your own thing, then comes my turn, I do my own thing. I don't really need to care in a way what other players are doing, except for on this track where we are all scoring. Either I score more points than you if I'm ahead of you, or we tie for points. But other than that, there's no interaction. You cannot attack your opponents, you cannot sabotage your opponents, and I feel that is kind of a missed opportunity, because if you have, I mean, we're all researching all this fancy stuff. We're researching like wheels and writing and stuff like that. It would have been good if we could like sabotage our opponents. It will add another layer to the game. But maybe that's not what the designers were aiming for. Maybe they were aiming for experience where it's like a race. If I'm the fastest to get certain technologies, then I will probably win the game. So maybe that was what the designers intended. Now, I will probably recommend this if you like solo games, because as a solo game, you're racing to it. You're racing by yourself to see what's the high score you can get. And if you play solo, then the luck of the draw will not matter so much. If you play multiplayer, the luck of the draw could screw you up because you may not be getting the right cards you want. There are multiple copies of the same card, and I don't know whether it's explicitly stated in the rules, but we assume that you cannot build the same technology because it would not make much sense if you can. So what happens is that the luck of draw may screw you. You may not be able to get the right cards that you want. You may be getting multiples of the same one you already had that is not much of use to you at all, or you may not be able to get the technologies that you want that can help you. Rather, you get technologies where your previous technologies does not really help you at all to advance them. So you need to pay resources to be able to get these new technologies. The tech tree is pretty extensive. So if you look at this, right, you can see that there's a lot of arrows. These come with the game as well. You can look at the different arrows. You can see how they link up, what links up, and maybe what technologies you are better for you to research. But that's the extent that this thing can help you because by and large, what you can research is depending on the cards that you get. So if you do not get the right cards to allow you to advance up further, then you're kind of screwed in a way. There are a lot of different variants in the game. I played with the monument variant where players can help each other and contribute together. Milestones, sorry, not monuments, milestones. So there's like 7 ancient milestones, 5 medieval milestones, and 4 Renaissance milestones. So players can work together to contribute to a particular milestone. But even that did not encourage more interaction among players. So I felt that was kind of wasted. So yeah, so this is progress, evolution of technology. I would say that this is a try before you buy. Building a tech tree is interesting, and in most Civ games, I also like to build out a tech tree. I like to see what I can do to build out the tech tree. But I want it to be in a way to then have a direct impact on my opponents. If that was in this game, then it will definitely make this game a much more richer experience. So thanks to NSKN Games for this review copy, and thank you for watching.